Hello, it's another Monday. My name is Natha Campanella, and I'm bringing you my weekly astrological forecast. I am offering a free class on Mercury Retrograde. So if you are wondering why you always hear so much about Mercury Retrograde and good stuff and bad stuff and what it means, I invite you to join me. It's June 24th. That's this Wednesday. You can register through the link in my bio. It's going to be very informative, and you will walk away with some really concrete ideas about how to handle it for yourself. So we're talking about the week of June 22nd through the 28th. A lot going on, as is typical these days. We have Neptune moving into retrograde motion. That's going to bring us to a total of 7 retrograde planets. Although Venus will actually be leaving retrograde this week, so that'll take us down to 6. The idea when so many planets are in retrograde is that we're going back over old ground. We're really looking with a level of consciousness at what we have created in our lives and how it feels and whether it's still functional. And we have had plenty of opportunities through the Venus retrograde, where we've been looking back through our relationships and our ability to communicate effectively in our relationships. We've just passed a new moon eclipse. This is the second of 3 eclipses. I do have an eclipse course. If you want to learn more about those, that's available through my bio as well. The eclipse was in the sign of Cancer, so we're moody, we're feeling things really, really deeply. So while so many planets are in retrograde, really take a look at what's going on in your life. What are the repetitious themes that have been presenting themselves to you? At this point, it should be pretty obvious. And if you are willing and able to do the interpersonal work that it takes to do some resolution, some processing, some solving, you're really, really going to benefit from it moving forward, because the astrology isn't necessarily going to get any easier for us this year. We have crossed the threshold. We are in the game now. So we also have a big Jupiter-Pluto conjunction happening this week. This is the second of 3 passes. So this is a transit that's really happening for us all year. Remember, everything Jupiter touches becomes bigger, more amplified. And Pluto is our planet of shadow. So when you see people in your life, or when you find yourself doing Plutonian things, blaming, shaming, deflecting, lying to yourself, not willing or able to see the real truth of what's happening, this is Pluto. As Jupiter and Pluto are dancing together this year, we have the opportunity to get real with ourselves. So once again, along this theme of taking responsibility, really looking at the places where you have had your head in the sand, or where you have been using substance or whatever you use to numb yourself from the truth of what's really going on. And again, we have such a big opportunity this year. We all tend to do our best growth through discomfort, through instability. So as we navigate 2020, which has been really difficult so far, know that the more in alignment with our truth, the more that we're communicating, the more that we're identifying the themes that keep presenting themselves to us, the better off we're going to be. We need to cultivate the strength. We need to cultivate the ability to see what's really happening instead of allowing ourselves to be blinded by whatever you allow yourself to be blinded by. Big theme for this year. So we also have Mars entering Aries. Now, Mars is at home in Aries. It rules Aries, but there's a big connection to anger, right? Mars is our planet of anger. We might see some eruptions. We've already been seeing it, but it's going to have a different flavor. There's going to have a strength behind it. And it's going to be, in my opinion, a little bit more intimidating than it's been. So once again, as I've said 5 times, get acquainted with your anger. Really look at how it shows up for you, what happens when you get triggered, what is your go-to expression of anger. If you are burying it and repressing it and it's coming out later as passive aggressiveness, or it's coming out as self-hatred and you're beating yourself up, or maybe you're simply spewing your anger all over other people, discharging it, really, really start to look at it. Is it effective? Is it healthy? If it's not, what can I do? What can I do to have a healthier relationship with my own sense of anger? All right, I think that's all I want to say. Have a wonderful week. Leave me comments and questions if you have them. Check out the classes in my bio. And if you want a private astrology reading, you can visit my website, nathacampanella.com. Have a great week.